There's no need for a tune-up. In November is going to be a year. How many champions defend their title once a year? There's a lot of fighters that fight once a year. Nobody says, oh, he's been off or he's coming off, a long layoff or he needs a tune-up. No, they go fight the best in the divisions. There's no difference from Vergil. He fought last December, so we're going after Boots. That's a fight.
Robert Garcia has left absolutely no doubt about where he stands on this potential matchup. In his opinion, Vergil Ortiz Jr. has no need for a tune-up fight before stepping into the ring with Jaron "Boots" Ennis. Garcia believes Ortiz is completely prepared for one of the toughest tests in the junior middleweight division and is fully convinced his fighter carries the kind of punching power needed to finish the night with a spectacular knockout victory.
He was able to land and hurt Boots, I think it was, the third round? Everybody looked at me like, your boy will knock him out, your boy will knock him out. But then, he came back and did his job and took care of business. That also says a lot about a fighter. Boots is a warrior, but I definitely know Vergil will hurt him.
Yeah, that's something you don't see going 12 rounds.
Sergio Mora views the situation from a much more measured perspective. Although he has been impressed by the steady improvements Ortiz has made, he doesn't believe the timing is quite right just yet. Mora feels another impressive performance would place Ortiz in a much stronger position before revisiting a showdown with Boots, arguing that recent developments have only made it more difficult to secure the fight at the ideal moment.
Vergil needs to remind people again, and guess what that means? He's going to have to fight one more fight before we get the Boots fight. This is what this hiatus, this legal hiatus caused. And this is why boxing can never really strike when the eye.
Chris Mannix completely disagrees with that approach. He insists that Vergil Ortiz Jr. versus Jaron "Boots" Ennis should be the #1 priority at 154 pounds and believes no other fight in the division can match its excitement or significance. With many top contenders already committed to other plans, Mannix argues this is the matchup the boxing world should be pushing aggressively to make happen without further delay.
Anyone but Boots next, because there's no other options. Like, if Vergil doesn't fight Boots, Boots is probably going to fight Josh Kelly in a title unification fight, which is a very easy fight to make for Matchroom. Sebastian Fundora is penciled in for a title defense sometime in the fall. First fight of his PBC on DAZN contract. He's not going to be available the rest of this year. There's nobody else, Sergio, in the 154-pound rankings that I care about. Like, unless you can give me a name that you think is a marketable, good, solid fight for Vergil Ortiz, I want to see this fight next. Josh Kelly, respectfully, you can wait your turn. Sebastian Fundora, you got something else coming up. The boxing world wants to see Boots versus Vergil. They wanted to see it with no belts on the line. They want to see it more with 2 belts on the line.
Teddy Atlas believes Vergil Ortiz Jr. has developed into a far more complete and polished boxer than many people originally expected. He points to Ortiz's recent performances as evidence that he can now move effectively, make adjustments, and outbox opponents instead of depending entirely on relentless pressure and aggression. Atlas feels that improved versatility could become a major factor if he eventually shares the ring with Boots Ennis.
A few fights ago that he had a dimension I didn't know he had. When he was just, going through guys, knocking them out with body shots, sinking and destroying. I don't think I knew or anyone knew that he had the ability to use his legs and box and do some boxing. He showed me that dimension. He showed me that dimension in that fight that some people thought he lost. First fight that he got tested. We didn't,
Robert Garcia remains unwavering in his confidence that there is absolutely no reason to postpone this highly anticipated contest. He believes Ortiz already possesses everything required to handle the challenges that Boots presents and carries the type of fight-changing power capable of ending the contest with one perfectly timed punch. From Garcia's perspective, delaying the matchup simply postpones one of the biggest fights boxing can currently offer.
Does it make sense for Vergil to come straight into an Ennis fight or take a tune-up? How would you see it as his trainer? What would you recommend?
No problem. We would do it. Look, I know Eddie mentioned something about maybe Vergil needs or is going to want a comeback fight. No, that's not the case. Maybe that's what he wants for Boots. Maybe that's why he's trying to push that on us to try to get Boots something else before that. But no, we'll go straight into that fight. I think if Vergil is able to, fight Boots and we get those we were able to get those punches, I think it's over. I think Vergil is not going to hold back. Vergil has great, insane power at 154. So I think.
Roy Jones Jr. believes the greatest unanswered question surrounding Jaron "Boots" Ennis has nothing to do with his talent, but rather how he would respond after absorbing a truly devastating punch. While praising Ennis as one of the most naturally gifted fighters in boxing today, Jones says that particular test has not yet arrived. In his opinion, Vergil Ortiz Jr. could be the man capable of asking those difficult questions.
Guy that has touched him good enough to really test his chin, so that's the only thing we don't know about him yet. We don't know if he can take the real punch yet because we haven't seen it, but as far as the skill goes, he got everything. And that fight could be a very difficult fight because he has everything. And when a guy is talented and has the skill level that Boots has, anything can happen.
Speaking on behalf of Team Ennis, Bozy Ennis believes his son's versatility is what truly separates him from every other fighter in the division. According to him, Boots possesses the ability to dominate from long distance, work effectively at close range, and comfortably adjust to any style placed in front of him. That complete package, he insists, creates difficult problems for every opponent, including Vergil Ortiz Jr.
He got all the fundamentals, he got everything. He can fight you inside, fight you outside. You know what I mean? He can do whatever he want to do. So, I mean, he got everything.
Yeah. Do you think your son stops Vergil Ortiz?
Well, I think he stopped.
Mm-hmm.
If Vergil come in with that shit he's doing with, what's his name? Erickson Lugan. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he gonna run right into something. Remember, Vergil can punch, but Boots can.
Troy Isley gives Boots Ennis a slight advantage heading into the matchup, but he strongly cautions that the contest is anything but one-sided. He believes Boots has all the necessary tools to control the action, yet emphasizes that maintaining defensive discipline will be absolutely essential. In Isley's opinion, one careless exchange could instantly swing the momentum in Ortiz's favor.
Beats Vergil. I think Fundora's a great fight. He can beat Fundora, but I think it's a 50-50 fight. I think he catches Vergil. Honestly, I think Vergil lost to Bobachek? I thought Bobachek beat Vergil, but I mean Vergil's a great fighter. He ain't no slouch. He's still I feel like it's still 50-50. I feel like just the size don't really affect Boots. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Boots will still be able to do his thing against Vergil. He just can't get caught.
Yeah.
I feel like his footwork better. I feel like he got power. I feel like his speed better, and I feel like his defense better. I feel like he just can't get caught by Vergil. But I feel like other than that.
Tim Bradley believes boxing is entering a brand new era led by Jaron "Boots" Ennis. He views the Philadelphia star as a rare talent capable of becoming one of the sport's biggest attractions because of his entertaining style, elite boxing skills, and consistent ability to excite fans every single time he steps through the ropes.
This is Boots' era right now, man. This is Boots' era. If one guy could take the sport by storm, it's Boots Ennis. He could take the sport by storm. He can. He's entertaining people. He is so entertaining. Guy that I feel that could give Boots a run from his money. He could. And I only say that because of his attributes. Not because of his boxing skills. It's because of his attributes. That's why. This guy has, and it's Sebastian Fundora. You guys know who he is. He's a southpaw too, right? He has range. He has volume. He has punching power as well. Okay? He knows how to keep his distance.
Terrence Crawford believes Boots Ennis will need to approach a fight with Vergil Ortiz Jr. much more carefully than he has in certain previous performances. Crawford warns that Ennis occasionally leaves openings while exchanging punches, and a dangerous finisher like Ortiz could capitalize on those mistakes immediately. Against elite competition, he believes those unnecessary risks become significantly more dangerous.
Like he did the last time, Ortiz gonna finish him.
Wow.
So he gotta tighten up his defense.
10 steps behind you, right?
He gotta tighten up his defense. He gotta stop exchanging. I know he's faster than most. He's more explosive than most, but at the same time, he's shown in the past that he can get careless and that he's going out there just to fight, you know, and I don't think when you get higher and higher.
Regis Progrise favors Jaron "Boots" Ennis because of his superior technical boxing ability, but he also has tremendous respect for Vergil Ortiz Jr.'s relentless mentality. He believes Boots is the cleaner and more polished boxer, yet warns that allowing the contest to become a physical war would play directly into Ortiz's greatest strengths. Controlling the pace, he says, will likely determine who walks away victorious.
Right now, Vergil's looking, he's just looking strong. You know, you just know, I mean, of course, skills do pay the bills, and I think Boots has really, really good skills, but Vergil is a monster. He's just a dog, you know. Sometimes, at the end of the day, like, this boxing, but sometimes it is a fight. You know, if Boots turns that into a fight like that, and sometimes, well, not Boots, if Vergil turns into a fight, you know, sometimes.
Coach Breadman considers Vergil Ortiz Jr. perhaps the most difficult stylistic opponent that Boots Ennis could possibly face. He believes Ortiz's efficient offense and compact punching technique are perfectly designed to challenge the close-range exchanges that Ennis often enjoys. Although Breadman admires Boots' outstanding athletic ability, he feels Ortiz has all the necessary tools to keep him uncomfortable throughout the entire fight.
Stylistically, to me, the hardest fight for Boots is Vergil Ortiz. That's my honest opinion. Vergil Ortiz, Boots got them long, kind of like gangly arms, right? And sometimes he load up a little bit, and Vergil Ortiz punch short and compact, right in the mid-range on the inside, right where Boots like it. And in exchanges, Vergil Ortiz, I don't think he's as fast as Boots for like combinations of punches, but I do think that if Boots is throwing single shots, that Vergil's short, compact punches can get there. Because one thing Vergil do.
Offering a different perspective, Sean Zittel believes Boots Ennis possesses exactly the style needed to trouble Vergil Ortiz Jr. He highlights Ennis's movement, creativity, and ability to generate offense while remaining difficult to hit as qualities that could expose weaknesses Ortiz has shown before. In his opinion, those important advantages could ultimately decide the outcome of the contest.
You know what's one thing that makes me think Ennis does win that fight? Even though Ortiz right now on paper is the favorite. He's been at 54 and all. When you look at how Madrimov's awkwardness and his movement in that fight made it hard for Ortiz to get off until later in the fight. Ennis can implement the same things, but actually...
He expects the matchup to deliver non-stop action from the very opening bell. In his view, Ortiz's naturally aggressive mentality would force an entertaining, fast-paced battle instead of a slow, tactical contest. That exciting clash of styles, according to him, is exactly why boxing fans are so eager to finally watch these two outstanding fighters meet inside the ring.
He's not known for his velocity, but he does bring really good punching velocity, aka speed, and he's an incredible combination puncher. And he's not going to make the mistake of what you're saying of trying to outbox Vergil or Jaron Ennis. He's going to make it a firefight and go blow for blow. And oh my God, on paper, what a fight that should play out to be.
Greg Hackett is completely convinced that Boots Ennis would enter the contest as the betting favorite if the fight officially becomes reality. He believes Ennis has already demonstrated a higher level of skill, composure, and overall maturity than Ortiz would likely be able to overcome. In Hackett's opinion, that noticeable gap gives Boots the clear advantage heading into the matchup.
Vergil and his whole team is foolish. They foolish. I'm gonna tell you why. Because that fight was supposed to happen before the kid Xander got in there, right? Now they see him go up in there with Xander and him so-called be hurt in the third round, and now everybody sees something. I guess y'all didn't see the part where the guy, got beat to submission in the 7th round. Here's the thing, though. Xander's a better fighter than Vergil. Vergil's easy. Vergil's going to get his beat bad. I'm telling you. Boots is going to torture him. Because you know why? It's not even because of the styles. It's because all this you did in Texas. You act like you was going to fight me, and then you got out the ring, and you said that Earl Spence was your dream fight. He's full of shit. Boots is going to crush him, bro. I'm telling you. It's going to get bad for I hope that fight happens. I hope the fight happens. Vergil is going to get a rude awakening.
Showbiz believes Boots Ennis should continue relying on the aggressive approach that has brought him so much success throughout his career. He argues that allowing Ortiz too much space would only help him build confidence and gradually establish control of the fight's tempo. For Showbiz, applying constant pressure early is every bit as important as the physical advantages Boots already possesses.
My take was the way Boots fights, and he's been fighting against Xander Zayas and how he's been fighting, okay? Against Lemos, that's how he should fight Ortiz. If he tries to fight being too slick and going backwards, Ortiz may be able to get him against the ropes, and he may be. All I was saying was it behooves Boots to have Ortiz fight at his weakness, going backwards from the center of the ring. That's all I was saying. That's not a bad take. That's common effing sense. Now, if your take is Vergil could never win, there's no way he wins. Even if Boots is against the ropes, he doesn't win. Then we shouldn't be excited about the fight. F the fight. The fight is whack. If Ortiz, there's no way he should win. He should never even try. But what I'm saying is the likelihood of him winning goes up.
Gary Russell Jr. believes Boots Ennis will become an even better fighter by the time a showdown with Vergil Ortiz Jr. eventually takes place. He expects Ennis to continue improving while correcting the small flaws revealed during his recent performances. Although he respects Ortiz's dangerous punching power, Russell ultimately predicts Boots will earn a convincing and well-deserved victory.
I feel like he would be too flat-footed for Boots. He would be too slow of a pace for Boots. Boots, at this point, he's going to go look back at this fight with him and Xander and see where he went wrong. And by the time he fights somebody like Ortiz, he'll fix the problem by then. You know, so Ortiz, yes, he got a puncher's chance. You know, he come in shape, he's obedient, just as Xander was. But Boots, he got the ability to pull away from this guy and beat him in great fashion. You know, that will be another great-ass fight. Will give Boots more of a hassle versus a Vergil Ortiz. Vergil Ortiz, he's going to sit there in the pocket, and it's going to become a battle of who creativity is better and who land the better shots. That's it. Boots not going to have to do a lot of running, a lot of chasing. He's going to be sitting right there in the middle of the ring. And it's going to be going skill for skill. That's how that fight would look. Boots would, honestly, I feel like he would clean Vergil up. Now, I'm not taking nothing away from Vergil Ortiz. He's a great fighter. Sound, very sound. And honestly, if he keep going in the path he's going, he'll be a knockout artist. But I don't.
Returning to Sergio Mora's viewpoint, he believes the current momentum clearly belongs to Boots Ennis. Mora feels Vergil Ortiz Jr. would benefit from securing one more impressive victory before stepping into such an enormous fight, arguing that another successful outing would make the eventual showdown even bigger, more competitive, and more meaningful for both fighters.
You're going to want another quick tune-up before they get in the ring, because it's a tune-up, it's another payday, and it's an opportunity to get an upper hand on Boots, because Boots is the one that's white hot. All right, he's the one that people remember from that Zayas victory. It was all over the media, the talk shows, and all that. So Boots has an advantage over Vergil right now. But if Vergil comes back and knocks him, B-, C+ type guy.
With respected voices from across the boxing world continuing to debate this fascinating matchup, the pressure keeps growing for Vergil Ortiz Jr. and Jaron "Boots" Ennis to finally settle everything inside the ring. If this fight becomes official, it has every ingredient needed to become one of the year's most explosive and unforgettable battles. So, who are you picking? Does Vergil Ortiz Jr. score the knockout, or does Boots Ennis showcase his complete all-around brilliance? Let us know your prediction in the comments, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more boxing news and updates.